Hello. Today I'm making three alternative sims. I didn't go into this creator sim intending to do that. I was supposed to be making a sim for my save file, but I just got like inspired halfway through and I decided to just like have fun with it and make a sim that I will never use. um because I've said this before, but I don't really play with sims who look like supermodels, and I feel like this sim and the other two sims that I ended up making all look like supermodels. And I don't really play with alternative sims either, which is kind of crazy because I myself am alternative. Yeah. But because I didn't go into it with that idea in mind, none of them really have like distinct styles under the alternative umbrella term. So they are just they're just that. We're just labeling them as that, and we're not getting any deeper. The second sim I wanted to make her like goth and more in the trad goth style, but it didn't end up happening. So I kind of just left it where it was. Um they are all available for download on Patreon. I actually made a Patreon today for this purpose because I would like to do more like videos and upload sims and builds and stuff on there, and Patreon's just like an easy way to access it. It is completely free because I don't believe in or support putting sims or builds behind a paywall. I'm not gonna go on a tangent about it because nobody needs to hear that, but I think it's wrong, so it will never be paywalled ever. Um, Unfortunately, I put them all into one file, so if you wanted like a specific sim, it's a it's a 1 for 3 deal, 3 for 1 deal. So you're just gonna get all of them. um, I'm sorry about that, but that's how it happened. They all have their CC um included, so you don't have to go and individually download anything. They do come with sliders, so if you don't keep the sliders, the sims will look weird. They might also look a little bit different in your game just because I'm using a reshade and also several lighting overhauls, I think, actually. So they're not going to look exactly the same as mine. But they should look okay. They should look fine. Each of them comes with one outfit. I did not do every single outfit for them. I'm sorry. The file would be like much bigger if I did. Like it would be like a massive file. Yeah, so they will be in the description to download. What else do I need to say? Oh, I was actually really surprised to see how many people were like watching and like replying or commenting on my last two videos, because I didn't expect anyone to comment at all. I know that like I'm like saying that as if like 10 people commented. It was like 4, but that was still like crazy. I was like, wow, what are you guys doing here? So I really appreciated that, especially that people like went out of their way to comment as well, because I'm not a commenter. Like I don't comment on people's YouTube videos. Um, but it was nice. It was really nice. It definitely lifted my spirits to see people like enjoying the videos, because they were quite long videos. Like they were like an hour long each. So I doubt anyone like sat there and listened to all of it, but you know, if you did, then you're crazy. But yeah. Um I like, with all that being said, I don't like intend on like being a super consistent YouTuber, because I'm kind of just doing this as like a hobby, like for fun. Um, because I actually had a YouTube channel when I was a kid and I really enjoyed making like YouTube videos. And I think like I didn't realize how much I missed it until I started doing it again. And when I say I was a kid, I mean like I was making videos when I was like 11 and I stopped. Well, maybe like 9. I started making them when I was 9 and then I stopped when I was about 12. Um, so it's been like 10 years. That's crazy. That's actually insane. Um, and I think like seeing how many people are like coming from Tumblr onto YouTube, like people that I follow on Sims Tumblr to make like videos, I realized like I could just like, it was a childhood passion of mine. I could just get back into it and like do it for fun, but I don't want to make it like a thing that I do with the intention of turning it into a career. A, because I don't think that would work. Like, I don't think that's gonna happen. And B, because I think that, like, controversial opinion, I think we're kind of oversaturated with that just in the world right now. Like, I 100% support people who like make like content online, I guess, and like make YouTube videos and who are Twitch streamers and stuff. Like, I think that's great, and they're making really great communities. And like, in a sense, they work in like the entertainment industry, like, quote unquote. But with that being said, as on YouTube in particular, I think there's a lack of realness. Like, I think for me, it's become like exhausting how much everything feels like I'm being sold something. Like, there's like ads and everyone's trying to, you know, like, it's just like very, like, everything's so polished and it doesn't feel like when I was a kid. And, you know, here I am with like the classic like nostalgia take where when I was a kid, YouTube was like a hobby and it was just for fun and nobody was trying to sell you anything and blah blah blah. But I do really feel that like deep in my bones. Like, it felt like you were talking to a friend or like watching a friend back then. And while I don't think YouTubers like owe us anything, like they don't owe us like their lives or their real personality or anything, I think there was just like an authenticity that existed on YouTube like 10 years ago that isn't really here anymore. Except in like the spaces of like very small creators or like very small communities. And I maybe that's why I gravitate toward Twitch instead of YouTube now, because people on Twitch, like, they feel more real to me. I guess because it's like a happening in real time situation, but also I think there's more of like a moment, like ability to connect with the creator in a sense. Like, streaming is just so much more, it's just better in that way. um but yeah, I don't know, I kind of, going into this, I really just wanted to engage with a hobby that I had when I was a kid and see if there was anyone who had similar opinions to me on The Sims, because I do feel like an outsider a lot in the community. Like, I'm not very prominent in any space at the moment just because I feel like my takes are not takes people want to hear. I'm very like anti EA, and I know on YouTube the the reception on EA is very much like EA positivity, and I don't believe in that, so it's hard for me to feel like a sense of community. Um, it's very prevalent on Tumblr though, the anti-EA attitude, and I love that because I love Tumblr. But yeah, I wanted to maybe like bring that over here. Just bring it over here a little bit, like, I'm not gonna comment too much on it just because it's like nobody needs to hear it, but yeah, so I'm not gonna be coming out here with like, I don't think I'll come out with like 10-part let's plays or like, or anything like that. I kind of just want to like chill and like hang out and do it for fun, and then if I decide to do something big, I'll do something big, but if not, I'll just vibe. I really only expected my boyfriend to be like watching this, and maybe like a friend or two, so but if anyone wants to see any like specific creator sims or like how I make my sims, any kind of videos like that, feel free to like ask or like put in any ideas for anything like in the comment section. I say as someone who's 3 videos into their YouTube channel. Um, I do intend on doing more like speed builds when I have time, but they're very time consuming. So I can see myself doing more creator sims than speed builds, honestly, because a speed build it's just so much. It's so much. Like, I'm a very slow builder. It takes me a very long time. But I will do more. I will. And I will actually upload them to Patreon because I'm not making my other build downloadable, sadly. But others will be, I promise. It's just that I really wanted to go all out with CC on that one, and I cannot reasonably upload that. It would be a huge file. Unless I went in and combed through it and took some CC out, it would be a big file. I don't know how people do these voiceovers because I'm getting tired and I'm like only 10 minutes in, and also I'm constantly getting hit with like I don't know what to talk about. We're almost done with this first sim though. I do have to make a few like little cuts throughout the video. You might notice them because there was nudity. Because of a like body overlay, it just straight up has nudity on it, and I was like, okay, I need to get rid of that. So yeah. This is the sim. I did have in mind some like I wouldn't say like a backstory for these three, but I did think to myself they could be like all roommates, and they're all fashion students at like university. It just made the most sense to me because they look like they would be fashion students. We're going into the second sim now. I don't know what happened there. It scared me. I was scared my game was gonna crash, like it was glitching out really bad or something. But thank God it didn't. And can I just say, I have so many custom content eyes, and I don't use like any of them. I don't know how, like, do you guys ever like download something like a sim that someone made on Tumblr, put it in your game, and then their default eyes are there, and then it's just in your game, and you just like, you don't have the energy to go through and get it out? Like, I'm really, really bad with downloading CC, just throwing it into my folder, and then somehow I've raked it up to like 60 gigabyte. I think I'm at 60 gigabyte right now. It needs to be like, let me tell you, almost all of that is a build by CC. It has to stop. Like, it has to stop. I have to go into it, and I have to remove some of it. I keep putting it off because it's such a big task. Like, because I'm not just gonna go in and like delete some of the stuff. I'm gonna like go into my game, place down stuff I don't want, and then delete it with tray importer. And that, like, I did that like 2 months ago, and it was such a task. It took me so long. This sim was really ugly at first, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what was, like, there was something going wrong with her face. Something really weird was going on. I think it was like the head shape. It was just like completely throwing me off. Yeah. So was I talking about anything, or am I just completely like losing my train of thought? I can't remember if I already said this, but she was supposed to be goth. She didn't come out that way because I don't like, I just don't have the CC in my game. I just don't have it in my game. Like, I myself am goth, but I don't play with goth sims. I don't know what that is about. I think most people, when they like play the sims, they like put a lot of themselves into it. Like, their sims will either look like themselves, and like, I'm sorry to call some people out like that, but I think that's true. Or like their aesthetic is involved in it like heavily, like their sense of style is just like very like present. I don't really like, that's not me. I guess, like, I just don't play like that. I don't know. I play with very basic looking people. I love my ordinary people who look, they could just be like your neighbor from down the street. I think maybe it just comes from like me really enjoying playing with I don't want to say traditional families because that sounds like weird, but I do mostly like family gameplay, and I guess like if I had like a mother who was looking like a Victoria's Secret model, I would just feel a little bit weird about it. Like, I'm not saying people can't be mothers and be like, look like that, but I don't think it's always realistic, and it just like is a little off-putting to me when that is like, when that's happening, I guess, because I'm like, well, it doesn't feel representative of like what a mother's body can look like, first of all, and what most or a large majority of women's bodies look like after having children. And then it also doesn't feel like it's playing into like the clothing that they would be wearing, because I don't think that, like, again, some people do, but not every like single mother of 5 kids is waking up and doing like full glam and also, you know, putting high heels on. Yeah, it's just not my style of gameplay, but I know a lot of people enjoy it, which is why I decided to upload like these alternative sims, because some people will like play like this and play with these sims, and I think that's great, because I will not be playing with them. Me myself, I will use their faces because they like are pretty good for base sims, which actually I forgot to say this, but if you are wanting to use these sims as base sims, like, feel free to. I don't have any qualms with anyone like using them just to like have the features in their game so they don't have to like make a sim themselves. I get it, because I hate making sims from scratch sometimes. I get so burnt out on it, especially if you're like making a save file or you need a large amount of sims. It can be really hard to just like have to sit there and make sim after sim after sim after sim. Yeah, so do whatever you want. Just take it and do whatever. I think I'm gonna go in a minute, but I am gonna say that for the second sim, she is a larger sim, and I thought that I had some overlays in my game to make her like skin details look more realistic in that sense, but I didn't. So if you were wanting her body to look more realistic, um I'm sure that you can find some stuff online. I hate to say it like that because I obviously sorry, I obviously didn't. I obviously thought that I had it, and I didn't, and I'm lazy, so I don't want to have to like go and hunt some down. But yeah, one complaint I have about Sims 4 is that while they preach diversity, there is very little diversity in the way that bodies look. Like your Sims weight cannot go like any larger than what they have in game, which doesn't feel realistic because I mean I'm sure we can all see why it's not realistic. So yeah, I don't know if there are any mods that can like make your sims larger than what like the game limits you to. But I know that there is CC to like add more details just to like show what that body looks like realistically. Like I have a neck slider that lets you like adjust the width and like what's like the I guess like I would say like the jawline, and like lets your sims like have like double chins and stuff. So I did use that, but it doesn't look it doesn't look as prominent as I want it to look, and it's bothering me because it doesn't feel realistic. But yeah, I just had to leave it the way that it was. So if you were wanting that for her, again, I'm sure that you could very easily find some skin details online. I loved Sims 3 because Sims 3 actually, like, when your Sims were larger, you could actually, like, their faces actually got rounder, whereas I had to do that manually with her. And she also just, yeah. I'm not 100% happy with, like, how that part of it turned out, but I didn't want to have to go and download more CC, and I'm okay with it just being the way that it is. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you enjoy The Sims, and yeah, feel free to download them, leave comments, etc. Enjoy the rest of the create some, yeah.